5 reasons why speaking English is a great way to learn it. All too often, people spend all of their time studying grammar and memorizing lists of words instead of actually going out there and putting what they have learned into practice. Anyone who has spoken the plunge and moved away from home to study English and moved abroad to work or travel will tell you just how quickly their English skill improve. While studying the written language is still hugely important and especially for improving your grammar and building your vocabulary, the most effective learning still happens face to face. So, dear viewers, practice is very compulsory or important for us as well as to learn and improve it. When you are surrounded by people who don't speak your native language, you have to choice but to overcome your fears, your fear of making mistakes, of being shy, of sounding foolish, all things that stand in the way of your language learning. So, being forced to speak the language helps you to overcome those fears, to realize that English speakers don't care if you make mistakes, and to reach out and build your language skills in a very real way. So, dear viewers, it is very important to improve your language skill through practice. Speaking and listening to other people in English helps you boost the faith in you have in your own abilities and banish the doubts that are inside your head. So it's definitely a confidence booster, and there are many more ways in which speaking the language can improve your English skills fast, improve fluency. So remember, improving fluency. You are talking to an English speaker whenever it is all that you have learned in your language studies so far need to be on call at a moment notice. Essentially, speaking a language helps to move your knowledge of grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation from the back of your mind to the front, or from your slow memory to your quick memory. Give time, this will help improve your fluency and memory too. Next point will be think. Try to think of it as muscles memory, which is so important to athletes and musicians too. When you are learning guitar, it's all very well sitting down and memorizing every possible chord. But until you start strumming those strings and putting the chords into practice, it's very hard for you to play fluently. The more you play, the more you build up your muscle memory, and your fingers automatically know where to go without you having to think about it. This is what begins to happen with your language skills when you start to speak the language out loud. Motivation. At whenever there is a live class or there is a conversation, so learning a new language is communicating. It's a kind of communication. It is the real reason we fall in love with the language in the first place. We want to have the ability to talk to anyone from anywhere in the world. When you have enough skills under your belt to open up your mouth and chat to people really using the language, it's genuinely exciting. Talking to people in their own language is challenging too. Trying to keep up with the speed of the words, the new words and sentences structure you are to use to slang words and dialects. The challenge and excitement can be incredibly motivating. So, your motivation, the way of learning, the way of practice gives you more ability. Nothing beats the feeling of holding your first 10-minute conversation with someone in English. So, knowledge or knowing that you have managed to hold a conversation for this long is such a boost to your confidence, and you just want to improve your English language conversation. So there is no better motivator than face-to-face communication. Learning from your mistakes, English speaking out loud helps to expose any gaps in your vocabulary and grammar. When you are talking to someone and struggling whether it's to finish a sentence or understand what they are saying, it shows you instantly what you do know and what you don't, where you have been doing well and what you need to improve. So you can learn from your mistakes. And often, speaking with a native language English speaker is the quick way to correct them. So they can point out to you where you are going wrong and help you improve more quickly. The vast majority of English speakers will be happy to help you. They won't judge you. And this is where having a language partner can be a real advantage. Being able to speak regularly with someone who you trust and feel comfortable with will encourage you to speak the language even more. Communication skills. Dear viewers, when you are studying at home alone, it can be very hard to truly recreate the communicative side of learning a language. Language is a tool for communication, and this part of the learning process is so important. Speaking and listening in a foreign language will boost those practical communication skills in a way that textbook learning never will, which is why our school offers group and one-to-one lessons, more opportunities. So attending more opportunities will learn more. Getting out there are speaking what you have learned isn't just important in terms of your language studies. It is important for you as a human being too, making new friends and opening up new possibilities to travel, new job prospects, holiday opportunities, even finding love. Speaking a new language opens doors in surprising way. So, dear viewers, going to an English speaking country and not speaking the language leaves you isolated. So, never be afraid to reach out and speak. It's through communication that we can grow as people as well, help grow our vocabularies. So it is very important to have conversation and help each other. How are your English studies going? We would love to hear about your experience speaking the language and the ways in which you feel the experience may have helped you. Dear viewers, this was all about how and why learning English is important. We'll see you again in the next session. Thank you and Jai Hind.